All English Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to All English Podcast. If you understand English grammar but still feel unsure when you speak, even though the words make sense in your head, this episode is exactly for you. Today, we're talking about 4 very small words that quietly change the meaning of your sentences more than you might expect. Few, a few, little, and a little. Most English learners know these words, but they don't feel the difference. And in English, feeling is everything. Let me start with something very important. The difference between few and a few is not just grammar, it's attitude. The same is true for little and a little. You are not only talking about quantity, you are showing how you feel about that quantity. Let's begin with few and a few. Both of these are used with countable nouns, things you can count like friends, books, emails, or minutes. Now listen carefully. When we say few without a, it usually means almost none, and it sounds negative. It often sounds disappointing. For example, I have few friends in this city. This doesn't just describe a number. It tells us something emotional. It sounds lonely. It feels like there aren't enough friends, and that's a problem. Now listen to this sentence instead. I have a few friends in this city. The number might still be small, but the feeling is completely different. This sounds positive. It means enough. It means I'm okay. Same quantity. Very different message. Let's hear another example. There are few opportunities here. This sounds discouraging. It feels like hope is missing. Now compare it with this. There are a few opportunities here. This sounds more hopeful. Not many, but enough to try. This difference is psychological. Native speakers hear the emotion immediately, even if they don't think about grammar at all. Now let's move to little and a little. These are used with uncountable nouns, things you cannot count, like time, money, water, energy, or patience. When we say little, without again, it means almost none, and it sounds negative. For example, I have little time today. This sounds serious. It means you're very busy and you don't really have enough time. Now listen to this. I have a little time today. This sounds calmer. It means not much time, but enough for something. Same noun, different feeling. Let's talk about money because this one is very common in real life. I have little money. This sounds stressful, maybe even worrying. I have a little money. This sounds more manageable. Maybe things aren't perfect, but they're okay. Here's the key idea. Few and little focus on lack. A few and a little focus on possibility. This is not a grammar trick. This is how English speakers think. Now imagine a real conversation. Someone asks you, "Do you speak English?" If you answer, "I speak little English," this sounds like you almost can't communicate. But if you say, "I speak a little English," this sounds polite, friendly, and open. It invites conversation. That's why most learners should choose a little in daily speech. The same thing happens with time. I have little time to talk sounds serious, maybe even a bit rude. I have a little time to talk sounds polite and cooperative. Now let's go one step deeper. Few and little are often used in more formal, dramatic, or emotional contexts. For example, few people understand how difficult this journey is. This sounds serious and powerful. Or this advanced example. Little did I know that my life was about to change. This is expressive, emotional English. Now let's talk about common mistakes learners make. You can't use few with uncountable nouns. You can't say few water. You must say little water. Another common mistake is using little when you want to sound polite. In conversation, a little is usually safer. Here's a simple memory image. Imagine few and little as empty hands. There's almost nothing there. It feels negative. Now imagine a few and a little as hands holding something small. Not much, but enough. This image helps your brain remember the difference naturally. Listen to these examples. A few minutes sounds okay. We have time. Few minutes sounds rushed. We're late. A little help sounds kind. Anything helps. Little help sounds disappointed. English is not just about what you say, it's about how you sound. Using a few and a little makes your English sound more natural, more friendly, and more human. That's why native speakers prefer them in conversation. Let me be very honest with you. If you choose the wrong word, people will still understand you. But if you choose the right one, people will feel you. That's the difference between correct English and natural English. Before we finish, remember this simple rule. If you want to sound negative or serious, use few or little. If you want to sound positive or polite, use a few or a little. This works in about 90% of situations. So take a breath, listen again. Repeat the examples out loud. Language lives in your voice, not on the page. Thank you for listening to All English Podcast. Keep learning, keep noticing small differences, and trust yourself. Your English is becoming clearer every day.